Hello, I'm Joanne Witt. I'm on the clergy staff at Calvary Presbyterian Church in San Francisco, currently covering for Associate Pastor Joanne Lee, who is on family leave and sabbatical. Welcome to this video recorded celebration of World Refugee Sunday, part of a series sustaining Calvary's commitment to adult education, even though we can't gather during the COVID-19 pandemic. Before we begin our program, I invite you to join me in prayer. Our God, no refugee is a stranger to you, and no one is ever far from your loving care. We pray for you to watch over refugee children and families as they travel to refugee camps or relocate within their country. Shelter their souls and their bodies. Heal the hearts of refugees who have endured tragedy and trauma. Open our hearts to their stories that we might be the hands and feet of Christ in your world. Amen. The United Nations declared June 20th as World Refugee Day, and today is dedicated as World Refugee Sunday, when the world commemorates the strength, courage, and resilience of millions of refugees. When you hear the word refugee, what do you picture? As a child, I heard about Cuban refugees. Later, we welcomed Vietnamese refugees, and more recently, we've heard the plight of Palestinian and Syrian refugees. Refugees are men and women and children fleeing war, persecution, and political upheaval who have crossed borders for safety. Most of them eventually go home when it's safe. Some stay in temporary refugee settlements, and a tiny fraction resettle in a third country, such as the United States. There are many stories of refugees in Scripture. In fact, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph were refugees, fleeing from King Herod's death threats. Again and again, the people of God are instructed to welcome the stranger and to treat the alien in their midst as they would treat their neighbors. Refugees are our neighbors, our friends, and our essential workers. During a time when countries are closing their borders to others, we are invited to remember how God's love has no borders. We are all God's children. Today, we'll hear from the International Rescue Committee, or the IRC. The IRC responds to the world's worst humanitarian crises and helps people whose lives and livelihoods are shattered by conflict and disaster so that they can survive and gain control over their future. In more than 40 countries and 26 United States cities, the IRC teams to provide clean water, shelter, healthcare, education, and empowerment support to refugees and displaced people. We'll also hear from one of the families currently seeking asylum, a family that is being accompanied by Calvary's Living Sanctuary team. We'll see something of the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on their lives. So now, World Refugee Sunday.
Hello, my name is Asafa. I work as a caseworker for International Rescue Committee. Refugees are people who flee their country based on persecution to save their life. They go to a third country and they have to go to UNHCR, United Nations, and represent their case. After UNHCR approves their case, then United Nations has to represent their case to other countries that accept refugees, like the United States. We are one of the countries that take refugees. And after we approve the case, then we prepare for their arrival. So refugees already approved before coming to the country. And on the other hand, asylees are people who go to that country on a visa or sometimes even illegally. And at that country apply for asylum. And after they get their approval, they're not asylum seeker, they're asylees. So they also leave their country due to persecution or any reason that puts their life in danger. But refugees go to a third country with a UNHCR and apply for refugee status. But asylees go to that country and at that country apply to become asylees.
Hi, my name is Sead Eminovich. I'm RC San Jose site director. San Jose is part of Northern California region where we have 4 different offices, and through our work we serve about 200 refugees, asylees, victims of human trafficking every year. Our services are focused mostly on providing new arrivals with that initial support that they need once they get here, such as housing, connecting them to the social services, enrolling kids in school. But also, being that we are in a Silicon Valley and everybody knows it's very expensive to live here, what we try to do is focus on early economic self-sufficiency. We do that through by providing support through our early employment programs and also career development. What we do is try to get every refugee who gets here that first initial job within first 4 months, and then once they have that initial job, we try to help them with a career development so they can actually get into better paying jobs that can help them thrive in the Silicon Valley. In addition to that, we have financial literacy classes. We have our immigration services where we help clients with family reunification and eventually citizenship. Thank you.
Hello, this is Elga Wood. I'm an employment coordinator at IRC in San Jose. Our office serves refugees, asylees, victims of trafficking and special immigrant visa holders. It's through our robust and comprehensive programming that we're often able to serve our clients from their early days in the US right up to the end of their immigrant journey when they apply for naturalization and become US citizens. On this World Refugee Day, you might be wondering how refugees are faring in the current COVID-19 pandemic. And I can report to you that although our team has been sheltering in place since March, we've been working very closely with our clients and have supported many unemployment insurance claims as well as applications for Medi-Cal and food stamps. We've distributed laptops in support of our online programming, as well as gift cards that have been generously donated by community members and have helped our clients with paying for food and other essential items. Our office has also handed out a number of direct assistance payments to help our clients make rent and pay utility bills. Another question that you might have on World Refugee Day is, are refugees being adequately cared for and assisted? And I would say that we are monitoring very closely the well-being of our clients, shoulder to shoulder, or virtual shoulder to shoulder with us, or our volunteers who've assisted with our online programming, and they've been really invaluable in through our job club activities in assisting clients with applying for jobs. I can report that a number of our clients have obtained employment in the last few weeks, happily, and really, as we are celebrating World Refugee Day, and we reflect on the stories of great courage and resilience that are associated with refugees, I would also add that refugees do not thrive in a community without the support of others. And so I really want to thank you for your continued support of the work that we do at IRC and the client.
when I came to San Francisco. The weather was perfect. And I looked up and I saw the rainbow flag. I felt so relieved inside. Everything was welcoming me and I felt, this is it. I've been lying to myself 38 years. LGBTQ community in the Middle East are not welcome. In 2003, war happened in Iraq. It was a disaster in my country. I decided to join the US Army as a translator. Everything turns upside down against me. My people tried to kill me, so I decided to leave in 2005. It's not easy to choose leaving your home. IRC was a big help for me to start my life in San Francisco. The biggest challenge was for me to find a job. They give you classes, how to do an interview, how to sit down with the person who's hiring you. Anything with customer service, food industry, I was putting my resume there. The first open door came through IRC. It was a bakery and it was a night shift, but I loved it. As of today, I am the executive chef in one of the world's biggest companies. Several years ago on social media, someone decided to post persecution of several LGBTQ in the Middle East, and the video shocked me. I wanted to make a comfort zone for the LGBTQ Middle Eastern North African in the Bay Area. So I decided to make an event called Ashq, means love. You'll see different faces, different amazing colors, energy, and arms welcoming you. It's very important to be who you are.
One of the misconceptions that people have about refugees' experience in the United States is that people think refugees are just coming over here just because they want to come here. But what they don't understand is that we are forced to leave our homes. I spend time with my family a lot, especially going over and eating. I love my mom cooking. I'm happy to have my family here. It's a blessing and I'm really happy for that. I was little when the first wall came. It took away everything I ever had. I didn't have the opportunity to go to school, so we just left everything behind. Staying in the refugees camp, it took a long time, and eventually we came to the US. The IRC has done so many great things for me and my family. It was difficult at first. I didn't speak English, and volunteers from IRC would make sure I was in the right classes to help me be successful. They also helped tutor me and take me to the library, take me to events that it was mostly English speaking. After I graduated high school, I went to UC Berkeley. One of my goals was to give back to youth and low-income families, because coming from a low-income background, I understand too well what it takes to be in that position. And I've always wanted to be a nurse practitioner, so I went back to school and I got my master in science and nurse practitioning. The tests are very difficult and they're nerve-wracking, so passing the board exam, it felt like everything that I ever wished for just came true. I work at a clinic where I am a provider. I work with a lot of refugees and immigrants and people who can't really afford healthcare. My mission was always to give back to my community.
Greetings, my name is Yana and I work for International Rescue Committee at the Career Pathways program. I see refugee communities deeply affected by the pandemic. Majority of our clients have lost their jobs or simply not able to work IRC has been working really hard to provide additional financial support for families in need, whether it's through rent support, utilities, food, or any other family needs. At the same time, trying to help clients to provide stabilization jobs for those who are able. In Career Pathways program, I am very fortunate to work with foreign professionals in a variety of fields, such as civil engineering, IT specialists, medical professionals, and others. For many of my clients, professional technical trainings have been stopped, classes have been canceled, and courses have been suspended, which amplified an already existing challenge of getting back into the career field as a foreign-born professional. But despite of all of those challenges, many of our clients are on the front line of this pandemic. Many are working as certified nursing assistants, providing critical patient care and support. A lot of our clients are working as medical assistants together with US doctors, and some of our clients even leading COVID-19 drive-through in Sacramento area. And I believe this is a great example of true resilience and desire to give back to the community, which sends a great message of hope to all of us. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Muna Takadine. I'm the Reception and Placement Supervisor here in IRC Oakland. My department works with newly arrived families and individuals. This pandemic has presented an additional layer of challenges, causing these families to experience an intense level of anxiety due to the uncertainty which surrounds different areas of their resettlement, such as concerns regarding their employment or rather unemployment, and trying to navigate the healthcare system while on the phone with a caseworker. As we continue to work remotely, we've completely transformed the way we deliver our services. So instead of in-person visits and classes and group activities, we've replaced them with Zoom classes, video chats, and phone calls. This has definitely created an urgent need to equip these families with tech devices, services, and ensure that they acquire a certain level of digital literacy to enable them to take an active role in ESL classes and cultural orientation sessions. We are extremely and incredibly grateful to our partners and donors who continue to support our work during these challenging times. Thank you.
Hi folks, my name is Charlie Temple and I am a client advocate in the Safety and Wellness Department of the IRC in Sacramento, California. I work solely with refugee survivors of crime, and more specifically survivors of domestic violence, gender-based violence, and sexual assault. And I just wanted to come on here and kind of let you guys know how our refugees are dealing with the pandemic. I'm sure a lot of you are wondering what are some of the biggest challenges that they're facing right now. And I think like many of us, we are all facing challenges with having to, shelter in place or not being able to see loved ones and friends. But right now, our clients are so resilient. They're showing that in the face of this pandemic. But some of the biggest challenges are, being able to keep their jobs, being able to get connected to childcare, getting connected to resources, especially since everyone is working remotely. So these are just a small number of challenges that we are seeing right now. Is how do we get our clients and how can we advocate for our clients from home? And I think ultimately, the IRC is doing a great job. We're making sure all their basic needs are being met. But there's always more support, more care that can be provided to our refugee clients. And so thank you so much for taking the time to listen to our, what we're doing at the IRC and what our clients are experiencing. And I look forward to hopefully having you as an ally and support for the work that we do.
Hello everybody, my name is Grecia Tovar and I work at the IRC Oakland office. I'm an immigration caseworker there and I have been asked to answer a question for you all, and the question says, are some refugee or immigrant communities hit harder than others by the pandemic? And I believe that there have been sections of refugee and immigrant communities that have been hit harder than others by the pandemic, especially people who have no knowledge of how to use a computer or a cell phone, or have little knowledge but they don't have access to internet. And the second part of the question says, how has the IRC been supporting them? And for us in the immigration department, it has been really a teaching opportunity and a learning opportunity for our clients. We have been able to take more time for them to explain exactly the things that we need, especially in immigration, that we deal with a lot of private documents and very sensitive information. We've had to send emails that are encrypted, so we had to teach clients how to open those emails or send emails to secure email addresses, be aware of scams as well. Sometimes even starting an email has been difficult for them, or forwarding an email that they have received. So we've had been taking the time to teach them those things, and it's been really rewarding for me because clients at the end of the process, even if it's long, even if it has been really hard to finish an application, they feel empowered by the new knowledge that they can take with them for the rest of their lives, and they can use in different situations, not only for immigration purposes. And I feel like that's very important, especially now that a lot of public offices are closed, and people have been relying a lot on the use of technology, and that's how we have been handling that.
As the grant coordinator for the International Rescue Committee in Northern California, I am pleased to share that many organizations throughout the community and in our government have stepped up to support refugees during this challenging time. We have been honored to work with organizations such as Wells Fargo, the Stanislaus Community Foundation, Sacramento Community Foundation, and the county officials and other nonprofits such as United Way to come together to support refugees during this challenging time. Like many Americans who were receiving the stimulus check around the beginning of March and April as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, organizations such as United Way partnered with IRC to bring a separate stimulus check of around $600 to make sure that these clients too are able to access funds that would otherwise not be available to them, making sure that their families have extra money to support them when many of them are without pay
and are in need of support for rental assistance, food security, and making sure that their children can have a happy and balanced life while working and living and learning from home. We're so grateful to see the support of our local community and are extremely pleased to be sharing that with your help, we have been able to make an impact in thousands of refugees' lives within the Northern California region.
Hi, I'm Omar Musamil, and I am an AmeriCorps VIP member at the International Rescue Committee. So, how can you help your community? You can help your community in various different ways. The first way can be donations. Donations such as money, bicycles, lightly used furniture, such as desks, televisions, laptops, beds, anything that can help a family feel at home. A new family feel at home. We are also looking for volunteers. We have many different volunteer roles at the International Rescue Committee. Our volunteer roles include digital access mentors, ESL mentors, interpreters that speak Ukrainian, Russian, Arabic, Farsi, Dari. And we also have a donations assistant delivery. We are looking forward to your help, and thank you so much. There are many different ways you can help your community. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Sylvia Mistayer Collins, and I'm a member of Calvary's Living Sanctuary team. We're currently accompanying several families through their asylum process. This morning with us are Alex Carvajal and his wife, Ami Munguia, and they're going to share with us their feelings and stories about the pandemic. So they will be talking about some of their experiences, and I'll be translating, and we'll hear first from Alex and then from Ami, as you say it in Spanish. I have been participating throughout this process as a translator, so I'm here in this capacity as well and as part of our team. Buenos días, Alex. Buenos días, Ami.
Buenos días, señor Silvia.
Buenos días.
Les expliqué que estamos aquí para platicar con ustedes acerca de sus sentimientos y cosas que han tenido experiencia durante esta pandemia. Si gusta, empezamos con usted, Alex.
Sí, buenos días, buenos días. Bueno, mi nombre es Alex Carvajal. Ella es mi esposa Ami Munguía. Somos de Honduras. Bueno, yo hace 1 año y 3 meses estoy en Estados Unidos con mi hijo, primeramente. Venimos huyendo de Honduras por amenazas. Pues, dada mi situación, pues ya estando aquí, yo pues empecé trabajando. Ya tenía 2 trabajos, trabajando, empecé con 2 trabajos, todo bien, y gracias a Dios pues pude acercarme a la iglesia de Calvary. Así que pues, puede traducir si quiere.
Okay, I am Alex Carvajal from Honduras. My family and I are here fleeing from gang death threats. I've been here with my older son for a little over a year. Ami has been here about 6 months now. When I first arrived, I was very fortunate and able to get 2 jobs, and all was going pretty well. And then I came to Calvary, and since then things got even better.
Pues todo marchaba bien, gracias a Dios, en ese año que estuve aquí. Pues toqué la puerta de Calvary, y para qué conmigo ellos, como que Dios me mandó ahí a tocar, y pues la relación se ha portado muy bien. Desde ahí ellos me han brindado una mano amiga. ¿Para qué? Son como unos ángeles para nosotros que Dios nos ha puesto, para mí, para mi esposa, para mis hijos. Desde ahí ellos conmigo me han ayudado, ya me ha ayudado en conseguir mi abogado, que estaba muy preocupado yo porque sé que aquí un abogado privado es costoso. Pues lo pudimos conseguir, peleamos mi caso, ellos fueron conmigo a todas las cortes, muy pendientes de mí, de mi hijo.
Things are going well in the first year, and with the help from Calvary, who we consider to be angels from God for myself and for my family. We were able to get help through Calvary for the attorneys, which we otherwise would not have been able to do because we understand how expensive they are. Calvary has walked with us through the asylum process, being with us in court, and we're very grateful. Okay.
Pues con el tiempo, dadas las circunstancias, mi esposa se tuvo que venir con mis hijos también de Honduras. Entonces, cuando mi esposa ella estuvo en México 8 meses, en Tijuana, la congregación de Calvary también estuvo conmigo, estuvo apoyando, fueron varios miembros a Tijuana, ahí estuvieron con mi esposa para darle ánimo, para darle aliento, para darle ayuda. Ahí también estuvieron con mis hijos, que les agradezco mucho. Desde ahí entonces también me le ayudaron con el abogado para que ella pudiera entrar a los Estados Unidos también. Muchas gracias. Y ya desde aquí, pues, ellos lograron entrar en diciembre, están conmigo.
Also, when Ami arrived in the arrived to the border from Honduras, she was actually made to stay back in Mexico for 8 months. Then during that time, the adult education trip contingent from Calvary actually had the trip scheduled to the border to Tijuana, where Ami and her children were. So they had the opportunity to meet and to give them hope and support, and also with the help of another agency, find an attorney to help them at least begin the asylum process for Ami and the children at the border. Once here in San Francisco, when she arrived in December, through the course of the sanctuary team, they also received help from an attorney here who's going to see their case through. Okay.
Pues ya entrando ya aquí, pues ustedes me consiguieron el abogado y les agradezco mucho. Gracias al abogado Tom también, a ustedes que me pusieron el abogado para que mi esposa entrara con mis hijos. Y pues ellos entraron en diciembre y ya, gracias a Dios, ya estos meses, en el transcurso de estos meses, pues todo iba excelente, muy bien. Ya yo tenía 2 empleos y dada la circunstancia, pues se vino el COVID-19 en marzo y a raíz de eso yo perdí mi primer empleo. Así que
Okay, and all was going well after Ami arrived, and he had his 2 jobs, and they found a place to live, and until everything was going well, until COVID-19 pandemic began to develop, and in March he lost his job, his first job with the hotel. Okay. ¿Sigue?
Pues de ahí perdí mi primer empleo. Ya yo me sentí un poco debilitado porque yo soy el sostén de mi familia por los momentos. Mi esposa, pues ella se encarga de las labores de la casa, de los niños, de su escuela. Ella es la que está pendiente, también me ayuda. Entonces, ya pues ahorita da la casualidad, pues ya ayer yo ya a raíz de todo esto yo perdí mi segundo empleo. Ya poco más preocupado porque ustedes saben de que en este país pues uno tiene que trabajar el día a día para poder pagar su renta, su gasto, su comida. Entonces, ahorita sí ya me puso, ya estamos más preocupados por la situación.
And he felt when he lost his first job, he felt somewhat deflated as he is the sole breadwinner. And Ami helps at home with the children, with the groceries, and with general support for him and for the entire family. And then as of yesterday, he lost his other job. So as of yesterday, he now has no employment, no jobs, and is definitely much more worried. He understands that he needs to work, that in this country, everyone works. You need to pay your rent, your food, your expenses, and they're very worried about what's going to happen going forward, but they have faith that it will work out. Okay.
Y pues ahorita ya, como le comentaba, ya estamos un poco preocupados porque por los gastos más que todo y no poder tener un trabajo, pero yo confío mucho en mi Dios de que Él pone pruebas y las vamos a superar y vamos a salir de esto. Y vamos a salir también de esta pandemia que ha afectado a tantas personas, no solo a inmigrantes, sino que a los mismos ciudadanos de Estados Unidos también nos ha afectado mucho. Mucha muerte, gracias a Dios, pues como dice mi esposa, estamos con salud, que es lo primordial. Estamos sanos, mis hijos están bien. Y sé que también ustedes, la congregación, sus familias, están bien, gracias a Dios, porque es lo primordial.
So, of course, with the loss of his two jobs, he is very worried about potential inability to pay for his rent and other expenses, but has faith in God that they will not go alone, they will not be left, and they will have opportunities that will present themselves. They understand that the most important thing is having their health, and they're very grateful for that, for them having their health, because everyone, including themselves, other immigrants, citizens of this country, and people all over the world have been devastated by the coronavirus. They pray for everybody's health. Okay.
Pues como les seguía comentando, pues sí, yo en esto, y también pues les quería agradecer mucho también a todos ustedes, mis amigos de Calvary, a tantos amigos que tengo ahí, que les quería agradecer por el gran apoyo que me han hecho a mí, a mi esposa, a mis hijos, a mi familia, siempre pendiente de mí, de mi familia, y más ahora con esto que está sucediendo, que no nos esperábamos con este COVID, que yo nunca pensé también pasar por una travesía aquí y menos aquí en Estados Unidos, pero como les comento amigos, es una prueba de Dios que nos está poniendo. Dios, sé que vamos a salir adelante porque Dios no nos desampara jamás, y tengo fe de que esto se va a mejorar para el bien de todos y del país, ya que me ha abierto sus puertas también aquí, y gracias.
Thank you, friends from Calvary. We have so many friends who have been very concerned for us from the very beginning, and especially now, where we find ourselves in a situation that we never could have imagined. We realize that this is in part a trial from God, but we will supersede, we will come out ahead with the help of God and all of our friends, and we thank you and are very grateful to you.
Bueno, mucho gusto. Primeramente, quiero darle gracias por hacernos esta entrevista, y como les comenta mi esposo, pues esto sí ha afectado mucho, esto del virus, pero Dios nos ayudará a salir adelante. Pues ahorita nosotros nos está afectando más en este momento porque somos una familia de 6 integrantes, tenemos 4 niños, mi esposo y yo. En este momento pues se nos hace un poco complicado, pero por la voluntad de Dios y por la fe que tenemos, le digo a mi esposo que no se preocupe, que Dios siempre va a estar con nosotros en todo momento, como siempre han estado apoyándonos. Al igual que ustedes de la Iglesia Calvary, que muy agradecidos con ustedes.
Ami says, good morning, and thank you all for the opportunity to have this interview. Yes, the COVID-19 virus has affected us. We are in our family, 2 adults and 4 children, and things have gotten quite complicated as a result of the COVID. But we truly believe, we have our faith, and we truly believe that God will see us through. Okay.
Pues a mis hijos les ha afectado porque ellos quisieran regresar a la escuela. Precisamente ayer mi hija me comentaba cuándo iba a regresar a la escuela, que ya está inquieta por regresar a la escuela. Pues yo le digo a ella que muy pronto por el problema que se ha dado, ¿verdad? Y pues como les digo, pues muy agradecida para que con todos los ángeles que Dios nos ha puesto aquí de la iglesia, que nos han ayudado desde que nosotros veníamos en camino. Muy agradecida, mis hijos, mi esposo y yo.
And the children have definitely been affected. They really want to go back to school. Our daughter just yesterday asked her when would they be able to go back to school because they are tired, they're bored. However, they all appreciate that everyone is doing everything possible, and they thank their angels at Calvary.
Quisiera también aprovechar en este momento para darle las gracias, porque por la ayuda, como le digo, que nos ayudaron con los abogados, pues ahorita en este momento me ayudaron también para yo generar ingresos, ayudar a mi esposo en hacer unas mascarillas de las cuales estoy trabajando en este momento para tener un ingreso, dinero. Pues muchísimas gracias. Pues nosotros estamos dispuestos a seguir luchando en este país con la ayuda de nuestro Padre Celestial y con la ayuda de ustedes. Estamos muy agradecidos, muy agradecidos.
Also, help to the congregation and to the sanctuary team for the help in securing attorneys for her, and also to other partnerships that we have, specifically with St. Mary's, who have joined part of our accompaniment team and have provided Ami with a sewing machine and materials to make masks, to try to help generate a little bit of revenue for herself, and at the same time do something that's very worthwhile. So she is taking this opportunity to learn how to make the masks and hopefully help her family by generating some income. Okay.
Pues les mando un saludos a todos los miembros de la Iglesia Calvary y al amigo también que nos está haciendo la entrevista por tomarnos en cuenta a nosotros como familia, y pues aquí vamos a estar siempre para cuando ustedes les podamos ayudar nosotros en una entrevista. Muchísimas gracias, muy agradecidos. Un saludo a todos y que Dios me los bendiga siempre. Y gracias por todo.
Says greetings to the Calvary congregation, specifically right now to Dave and to Steph for making this video where they can share and hopefully help Calvary to have a little peek into their lives and see how this COVID virus has affected them. They wish everyone well, health, and blessings from God.
Nuevamente, muchas gracias por todo, por estar siempre conmigo, con mi familia. Como les vuelvo y les repito, no sé cómo pagarles, porque tantas cosas que han hecho por mí, por mi familia, y más en estos tiempos, y sé que siempre puedo contar con ustedes, y ahí disculpen las molestias, ¿verdad? Por dado las circunstancias, pero nos obligan y gracias a todos y un saludo a toda la congregación, a todos mis amigos de Calvary, que Dios me los bendiga y me los proteja siempre. Gracias.
Thank you for everything. Thank you for all of your help and your friendship. We know that we can count on you. We feel badly that we bring you problems, but we appreciate your support always and ask God to continue to bless you all. Be healthy and God bless.
Thank you for joining us today. A huge thanks to the IRC, Alex, Amy, Sylvia Mastayer-Collins from Calvary's Living Sanctuary team, Kathy Bear, David Barnes, and Stephanie G., who helped make this video possible. The slide that follows will give you more information about ways to connect with Calvary and the IRC. Watch for more of Calvary's Adult Ed videos, including an episode on June 28th about San Francisco Achievers, one of Calvary's partners in our attempt to break the cycles of poverty. You can also see previous episodes by going to Calvary's YouTube channel. Just search Calvary Presbyterian Church and YouTube. Thank you and have a wonderful day.